Hello, I'm Czardus. Grab some coffee, sit back, and chill as we build in Timberborn. Now, what we're doing today is we're continuing a build that I started in a Longplay over the summer. And what I want to do is I want to do more of that as a way of getting other games onto the channel, and I'm going to add commentary. The first part of this build did not have the commentary because I was trying to see if I could get more building done in times that like other people in the house were around and awake and stuff like that. But now I've decided that that isn't going to work very well, so we're going to try to do it this way, where I build a little at a time when I have extra time in my recording sessions and then compile it all together. But anyway, this build I'm calling beaver-built, and what we've got is we have this settlement in here, and we're starting to build it up, and we're doing very well. People are very happy with beavers, whatever. And we've got the Agora, and we don't have a dance hall. Nobody's really going to the Agora yet. Looks like somebody just walked that way, but they didn't stop there. Unable to get all required materials. Yeah, we need extract. So we have to figure out where the extract comes from. And the answer to that question is the centrifuge. So it is a heavy-duty machinery transforming the dangerous bad water into usable extract. So we need to get bad water, which we can get out with the bad water pump. But thinking of bad water, well, first of all, let's turn this off because we don't need to. Well, I guess we can leave it open and just leave it that way. Although it's going to complain down here in the corner, and that's going to be annoying. So yeah, we'll just turn it off. And what we want to do long term is we have the water coming in here. We've got a nice big supply here, and we kind of have separated. We don't have any bad water on this side, but we do have bad water over in here, flowing through that way, and flowing into the water here, and up through here. Let's see, it comes out here. You can see there's some outflow there, and then it's getting stuck there, and we have some coming into the map here as well. I think those are the only two spots. So we've got some that can come out this way. I want to keep it away from stuff, and ideally we would really just keep everything away. And then this, yeah, what we could do, we have to figure out what to do with that one. But I think the big project we're going to start on is that one's kind of isolated. I think so. I want to get that, and what we're going to do is we're going to build over in here, and we will start with extracting our bad water over here. And I wonder if we could eventually just keep the bad water up here and have it just come through this way, and then figure out how to kind of feed it out that way, but without kind of destroying things. Building lights power. Water has stopped. Why has the water stopped? Why? The floodgate. This is where the water comes from. It comes in this way, I believe. Yeah, and then it's coming there. So we've got water coming that way and over here. I think just because we have finished a cycle, and we can lower this down. Make sure that gets flowing. Go ahead and put that at 1, although that might be too much water coming through at once. Yep. Let's get that up higher. Don't want to overflow all of that. Is that not where we're stopping it? It's flowing in here. This is all fine. That's at 0. This is at 2.75, which you can see it's flowing through. And then I want to keep that reservoir full. What is this being built? A carousel, waiting for metal blobs. Are we making metal blobs? I'm pretty rusty. It's been a while since I built or played this save. Those are all food ingredient materials. We don't have materials. Let's come back in here. Smelter. Where do we have a smelter? Let's find that workplace. Smelter. We do have one. You're right over here. You haven't been built yet. That's what the problem is. You need more planks. Okay. And the planks are on hold because of, oh no, giant flood. This dam is fine. It's flowing through that. Just Okay, so this is still too low. Let's get it up a little bit higher. And speed this up so the water comes back down. See, this should be flowing better. It's at 1.6. You would think that would be flowing through at a better rate. There we go. Okay, so that's all working. That should be fine. Now back over here, what we want to do is we're going to get, first of all, some stairs here, and we can just rotate this right here and then bring a path up in here. Bring this all the way through, and once we get over here, we're going to quickly take out the not the buildings, remove these resources through there. That should be fine. The builders should get to that relatively quickly. Now this is filled with antidote, okay, but we're going to come over here and we want to go in to water, and we want the bad water pump. I'm going to go ahead and unlock that. We've got a ton of science, by the way. And this is going to get our bad water in here. Now, the problem with the bad water that I don't like is that it's going to kill the dirt. Like, it's going to make it so that we can't grow stuff over. And so that's why I really wish that we could just have one bad water spot. Oh, here. Seal is a bad water source. Ground only. Employs workers who extract bad water directly from the source. This is what we want. Yeah. And then we can build this up here. Okay, and what is that going to need? It needs 400 gears, 200 planks, and 150 metal blocks. Okay, that's going to take a long time to get to that. So that is a long-term goal, is to, one, build so we can get up here and cap this one, and two, unlock or get the production up high enough that we can get all of that stuff, because planks, we're going through the planks right away. And gears, okay, we've got the gears. That's not going to be the problem. But the metal and the planks are going to be the issue. And now we've got the smelter going. So he can start making the metal blocks, which are then going to go to the carousel and kind of use that up as well. So maybe it won't be too bad. We need to get a path up there. That's up on a giant hill, and there isn't really an easy way to get up there. We can go ahead and get the path to here. Of course, we're pretty far from everybody. So what we could do is we could build another district there. I think we have 2 districts. No, we only have 1 district. Okay. Okay. So some of that is pretty far away, and maybe we get a second district up higher or something. No, I think we'll keep the 1 for now at least, and let's see what we can do about getting up here. The zipline beam, I mean, yeah, zipline might be good. Horizontal beam to get from one spot to another. I mean, like, you get a pylon, you get the station up high. It can only go in one direction though, but it would get them back awfully quickly. So let's build the first set. I mean, what we'll do is we'll just come in here, and we want, how tall is that? That's this one. I want to just get this platform to here. Let's start with that. Let that all build. Yep, they're coming over here. They will build that right away. And then we can build a path on top of that. And then we're just going to build stairs up to the top. And then when we have the stairs, we'll build the other stuff. Now, where are my thing? Oh, they're going right into the carousel. That's right. We need 40 blocks for that. And then it's going to need some power as well, which we should be able to get a water wheel in here pretty quickly and get that moving. It's too bad it can't, like, power itself with, I don't know, its own water wheel that's right there, but we'll build that when we need to. Okay, so this is pretty much in place. We've got 1 more that we need to build. There we go. And then we'll just start building stairs. And I think we'll just go up as quickly as we can here. It's going to get pretty high pretty quick, but we might be able to make it all the way up here. Look at that. 1 big stairwell there. That'll be pretty cool to see when it's done. That'll get them up to about here, and then it should be pretty easy to go the rest of the way there. Okay, so they are almost done with this part of the stairwell. So we will keep going here. They're going to get that up there, and then we're going to get 1 path there. Then we'll get a stair there, and that should get us all the way up. Actually, what I want to do, let's take this out. Yes, take that out. And what I want to get next is actually going to be some demolition stuff. So what I want to be able to do is landscaping to remove here. Destroys the terrain underneath and triggers adjacent dynamites. We're going to research that. We have unlocked dynamite, okay? Explosion depth. So what I want to do then is just do that. What is it going to need? It needs explosives. Great. Okay, so what do we need to build explosives? Let's take a look at that. Tunnel, dirt excavator. Yep, all of that. Fine. Maybe in metal? Power a gravity battery. Interesting. So where do we build explosives? Explosives factory here. Oh, we need bad water for that too. Well, okay, what we're going to do is we will start with just a bad water pump here. And then we should be able to get that going. How many people do we have that are needs? 3. Oh no, those are vacants. We have no unemployed. We need to get more people. People are dying. So they should reproduce. We have 6 free beds. Let's get more beds. And I mean, right now we've got most of our core is in here. I'm a little bit tempted to start building a new core over here. I mean, not a core, but like get more housing over here. Yeah. We'll put 2 triple lodges over here. That will fit a lot of people, or a lot of beavers. I keep calling them people. We do need to have a platform on top, and I want the stair here. Do it like this. Bring that in there, and then bring this all the way across. Then also have a path under. So that should be a nice little home there. And then we're going to, they're going to have to like walk into the main part of the village to get to other things. What do we need for this? Can't get all the stuff. We just need more metal blocks. Okay, let's take a status update on the metal blocks there. That is fine. We should be making all of this pretty solidly. And once we stop like building quickly, we should be fine. Now they don't have a way to get in. That's what they're complaining about, but beavers are working on that. And I think we will start to get some services available here. So we want to go into storages, which again, I'm a little bit rusty here. Let's get a small tank here. No, a medium tank. We'll go ahead and put this here. Okay, we got to take out those resources. Go ahead and just demolish all of this. I'm not going to use that anyway. And then once that's out, we can get the stuff in there. Now we've got people living here. Like we have 17 beds. We've got 20 children. So we should be seeing a like bit of growth here in just a little bit. Okay, so that is all out. Let's go ahead and get our medium tank in here. And you know what? Let's put it over here. Right at the end of the block there. And then we're going to get a medium warehouse as well. And we'll put that, I want to put that in here. We're going to bring a path in, and I want to put water in here. So we want to obtain it. So that's going to be farther away from other stuff. The haulers will need to work on that. And then this one we want to obtain as well. And what we're going to put in here is just a very basic food. We have... maybe we'll put carrots in there. I think we're generating a lot of carrots. No, let's put berries in there. Just a really basic thing. Just so that anybody who's over here has access to food and water immediately. Unconnected building. Our carousel is beautiful. I love it. Where's the entrance? Okay, that is connected. Now it needs power. And it needs a lot of power. Let's get a water wheel. And it won't fit in there. It will fit here, but let's put it over this way. Actually, the water is flowing right through the carousel. I'm a little tempted to have it over. Can't put it. Let's just go ahead and put it here. And then we're going to need to connect this. How are we going to connect it? If we put the power shaft... Oh, we got to get a platform there. And then we come in here and we get the power shaft here. And then bring it over, it's not going to work. I mean, we could do a vertical one. But we got to get it in on the side. We got to raise this up. All right. We're going to have to demolish it. Yep. Get what you can back. And then we need to put this on a platform. And then we're going to need a platform out here. And a stairway. And then we have to come in here as well, and we need to demolish the path under that. Yes, that's fine. And that one too. And then we should be able to get this in to there. And then once we have that, we can get the carousel there. That did not put it in the right spot. Cancel that. We want it here. Yep, that's going to get the power in the right spot. We can put the path there, and once everything is built here, it should all be operational. Hopefully we've got most of those metal things. Yep, those are planks. We've got most of them, though. Okay. So that little mistake should be fixed. And then over in here, we are full with our berries here. This is working. We're getting bad water. We don't have a spot to store it yet. Okay, so storage, we want... Yeah, we can just do a medium tank. And I'm going to put it up here. No, because we're going to destroy stuff there. So I want this... Technically that says that it's connected, but I don't like how it looks. I don't think it actually is. So instead we'll put it right here. And then that will be able to store 300 of the bad water. And then we can start to use the bad water for, first of all, we're going to do explosives. Where did I see that? Where's the explosives factory? Here it is. Explosives factory, it needs power. So it's going to have to go somewhere with power, which technically could be over here. We've got a paper mill there. Let's go ahead and get this here then. And I think I want to build it over that. So we're going to put a platform here and here, and then we'll bring it over the water. I already forgot where it is. Explosives factory. Yes, I want to build that. We'll put that right there. And then I want to get a power shaft to connect that. And we'll get a pathway right here. And then we can come in and we can get a water storage. Try that again. Water storage. And we're going to put the bad water right here. If we put a smaller one, well, no, then they're going to have to go back and forth a lot. Let's come in here and we'll go ahead and demolish that tree. And that should give us the space. Okay, that's better. And now we can come in and we can get that medium tank here. We'll set this to bad water. And we want them to obtain here. And then they're going to, well, that's got to get built first. But eventually that should be a nice little factory for getting dynamite. And then we can come in and we can, what I want to do is I want to get this to be more of this level. Because once we put the cap on there, where is the cap again? Here. Once we put the bad water rig here, we're going to need the entrance right there. And that's going to be a pain to build. But we should be able to do it. So yeah, they're pumping out there. Bad water is getting stored there. And then it is getting moved over there already. We've got people doing that. Ooh, we've got 10 unemployed. Beautiful. 1 incapacitated. Injured. Well, I hope you're getting... Yep, you're at the healing bed. Okay. Dynamite station is up and running. And all we do is we take the bad water and turn it into explosives. Which means we can come over here now. And we can mark all of this for explosion. And I want to take out that much and nothing else right now because, let's see, if the bad water falls, it's going to come down here anyway. So it won't be too bad, but that should get us started. Hopefully that'll be pretty exciting to see. And I just got thinking, you know, we haven't had a drought for a while. And then I looked up here and the drought is about to start. So what we do when the drought starts is we let it start. And then we pause the game really quick. Okay, drought has started. We're going to close this, and that one is fine. So all of that should get captured in there. And actually, we're going to close this, which is the path. This is, oh, that's a whole dam. Okay, so that should capture that in there anyway. What's this? Underground ruins. Okay. And then the rest of these, let's see, the water comes in there. It's going to stop there. This is another little reservoir. Water is coming this way too. So we want to close, oh, that's a dam. So that should hold it in. This should all be fine. Okay. That should be the only one we have to change. And unfortunately, it means that our power production is going to stop, which means our dynamite production is going to stop. And we need just a little bit more here. Yeah, we're not going to get enough. We need 3 more. So we have to wait for that drought to be over. But I'm not concerned about drought too much. Like, we've got so much stuff here that we're going to be fine in that regard. This is not pumping because there's no bad water there. That'll be fine then. And yeah, we'll just wait this out. Okay, and the drought is almost over, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this back down. I think it was 2.5. Hopefully, this is at 1.6. Let's bring that down to 1.5 too, and just have a nice steady flow for everything. That gets our production going again pretty soon. The drought is about over. The reservoir is going to run out in a moment. Oh, look, the carousel is working. Technically, yeah, it is really far away, so that's an issue that it has, and the power isn't quite good enough. But once the water really starts flowing again, that should be fine. And we're much closer to getting the dynamite we need. We just need 2 more there. Yeah, so technically, we don't have enough power here from the one water wheel, but they're still having fun, so I'm happy enough with it. And then over here, just need that last one. All right, here we go. Detonate. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so now the bad water is coming over this way. That's fine. I'm okay with that. We're going to put the cap right there. And that is going to need a ton of stuff. But hopefully it will get working right away. Beaver is injured. You got injured. Okay. And they can go up there. I guess we could have just built it before. They're going to cap that, which is going to make this not work, but then this will extract the bad water immediately. And that should clear up all of this bad water over here. And that'll be beautiful to see, quite honestly. Then we could even open up. We're not letting the water from the reservoir come over here yet, but what we could do is we could open that, and then we could get all of that to be green. How much do we need here? We need 150 metal blocks. Oh, and treated planks. Are we treating planks? That is a good question. Wood workshop. We are not. We have the resin. Let's go ahead and unlock that, yes. We need 250 power for that. Do we have a way to get better power? We could get a large windmill. Yeah. And then let's put that over here. That would be really pretty up here. And we've got, where do we have wood? Your cattail roots. Log storage is there. Okay, so then we can get up to here. And then we can bring the path over this way. And what I want to do is right up here, we're going to put a windmill. Just because it'll look cool up on the top here. And then we can put our wood workshop right up here too. I want that. So we're going to get a platform there and should be able to get that in here. Yeah, let's move it. Let's cancel this one. We're going to put the platform over here. And then that will be our wood workshop here. It's too close to the windmill. Okay, we'll put it here. And then we can get a gear here. power shaft, connect that, and then get our pathway right there. And that one windmill should provide enough power for that woodward shop. So then, where do we have the pine resin? Can we see that? There isn't really an easy... So that would be stored... Does that have to be stored in... Not in there. In one of these. Stores liquid. Maple syrup. No, the pine resin does not get stored in those. Must get stored in a warehouse then. Cattail, cattail, cattail. Spatterdock. Well, first of all, where are the pine trees? Because that's where we're going to get the pine resin. They're over here. Here's the maple syrup. Berries. Pine resin is over here. Okay, so we need to get a separate pine resin thing over here. Separate storage. We'll get a medium warehouse and we'll put it here. And then that's going to create the treated logs. Can those go in here too? No, they can't go in here. Okay, well this one is going to be the pine resin we're going to obtain. We'll get the pathway here. And then the large pile then has to get the treated logs, yeah. And the large pile can go on top here. Just get a platform right there to smooth that out. And then we can get our large pile right there. And we can get a path there. And this can be treated planks. Okay, so all of that is coming together. This needs gears, planks, and paper. We're making all of those ingredients. Very nice. How is this coming along? That one, we're waiting on the gear. Gears are going to take us a long time, which I think we're making somewhere in here. Here's the gear workshop. I think if we get another one of those, how much does it need? 120. Where could we have that power? We could get more. Let's go ahead and get more power over here. I mean, that's going to end up... I can only get one in here. Bummer. Okay, we'll put that one in there. I don't know for sure that they can get to it. Oh, they can because they have a path down there. So they should be able to build that. That only needs logs. Oh, look at this. We've got extra power here. Power output. Smelter. Are you getting enough power? It's a large windmill. Why is it not... I mean, that's going to slow down like everything. So the smelter or those are not going to work very well. Stores energy surplus and gives it back when the network is underpowered. No. I mean, that actually would be worthwhile. But that has to connect to everything then. It'd be really good to get that production. And this could go way up here. But then we'd have to get power all the way down. That's the downside. Okay. So what I want then is we're going to get more... I mean, water is always the good one. 135, and it's really reliable. I really wish the large windmill generate more, but it doesn't. It's doing what it does. So what we'll do is we'll come over here. This water isn't flowing at all. Okay, we're going to build a better bridge here. Okay, first of all, this is working better, but we're out of what we need. So what I want is I want to be able to get the water wheel over here. I think that'll be far enough away. We could get 2 more water wheels here, and then we could get a gear workshop there. But what we need to do then, what do we have over here? The metal. Okay, we're going to build a bridge over here. Suspension bridge allows them to... Yeah, might as well do that. And I want it here. How do I get that? There. Oh, that only goes... Okay, I see what's happening. I see how this is going to... I don't know which of these I want, so I'm just going to unlock all. Because we have the science points. We have, defeated the science. Defeated the science? That does not make any sense. Okay, that one is too big. That one is too big. That one is right. So do that, and then we can put this here. And I don't think I have to build that path there. There we go. We'll bring this over here like that, and then we'll get the stairs there. And bring that there. So then once that is all built, we can come back. Oh, look at that. That was like very quick. We can come back and we can demolish this path down here. And the stairs. And, okay. Then we have our path over there to the metal, and we can come back and we can get our water wheel. One here and one here. And we're going to actually have to change this. I should have thought of where the gear workshop was going to go. We'll come in here and we'll get the stairway here. And then the rest of that can be taken out and we can get the gear workshop in there. So they have to build these first. But once we have more gears going, we should be able to get things built faster. Like this, I mean, all of the gears right now are going here to the bad water. Got 230 out of 400, and we can't even get started on the treated planks until we can build stuff. Okay, so this is in place. We need to get this stairway built. Okay, that's all built, and then we can come in and we can take this back out now. And then take all of that out. And then the water wheel is built. So now we can come in here and we should be able to get our gear workshop, which is that in here? Yeah, gear workshop. And that's going to take 120 power, which is more than what we've got here. So what I want to do is figure out what else we're going to put here. Go like that. I mean, we don't actually need to do that because we can... Oh, you know what we could do? We'll keep those there because they're cool. I like those. But we're going to build 2 gear workshops. Get that one there. And then, of course, this path is in my way. Let's take all of those out. And then we'll just build a new path here. And then we'll get the gear workshop. A double gear workshop. And that'll triple our gear production rate. Of course, that is also going to go through logs faster. So at some point, we might have to start having more, going through more and more of the scrap metal that is stacked here. We've got a lot there yet, so I'm not too worried, but eventually we're going to have to find... Oh, there was another one. So there's one over there in bad water, which is... Hopefully we'll figure it. This has no power because the wind has completely ceased. And I'm hoping that maybe the one up here on the hill will get more wind or something. But for now, this is all good. Oh, this is working now. Very good. This should get working very soon. As soon as somebody comes to work there. Come on, Wanjin. Okay, now the day is over. But that should really improve the gear production, which we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, so we are speeding along because we just got the gear workshop done a little bit ago, and I really want to get those gears out so that hopefully, do we have enough power here? We should, yeah, we do. And then they can work on getting the wood workshop so we can get the treated planks. But we do have, I mean, the gears are currently being sent up here. We need 140 more. And I suppose what we could do is we could make this the higher priority so that the gears actually get delivered over here first. But we have tripled the capacity or the amount of gears that we're doing, which also means that we're going to be going through regular planks faster. So we might need to right away, actually, right now, we're going to get more forestry go. And most of our forestry is here. And you can see we've got a lot. They're really chopping down. So that means that we're going through a lot of it. We're going to come over here and we'll go ahead and increase what we get here. I want to do, let's go ahead with oak here. Get those there. I think we might need a forester out this way though. Yeah, you can't really reach that far. Okay, so we're going to come in here and get a new forester. And we'll put you here. Bad tide is approaching. Lovely. That should get built pretty quickly, and we have 25 unemployed beavers, so yeah, they're gonna have plenty of jobs there. This can come in here, and then that should get all of them coming in here. We want to make sure that's all logged as cut trees. Very good. These are chestnuts that are being built or grown. These ones are oak. They take longer, but then they generate 8, whereas these go faster. 23 days versus 30. Actually, that is not all that much faster. They can grow chestnuts or like give out chestnuts, but I don't think, are we using those at all? I don't think we are. I don't think we're doing anything with the chestnuts right now. Food, they would be used, let me just figure that out, in the grill. That's a bakery. Which one of these is a grill? Okay, do you have somebody here? You do. Okay. And are we getting the gears up here? We are. That's ready to go as soon as it gets built. This needs to be high priority too, though. But anyway, the grill here, you are grilling chestnuts. Yeah. So where are we getting the chestnuts from? I think these are the ones that we're using for the supply here. Yeah. They're not cutting those down. So what I want to do then is I want to come over here and I want to change all of this to oak as well as over here. So that already is marked as oak. But in here, we're going to remove the chestnuts and instead we're going to have oak here as well. Why are you not letting me plant here? Oh, probably because those are already growing here. We're going to get rid of those. Mark resources for deletion. Yep, all of that. Go ahead. Cut that out. Yeah, bad tide. What are we? I think we should be good. Although, no. You know what? The bad tide makes all of the water bad. We don't want to let any water in here then. So that's going to be, this is our main source. I want to just go through this really quick. That is where the water is coming in for us. We also get water in here. This is where the bad tide comes through, isn't it? I thought, there we go. I had to right click. Okay, so that's bad tide. I don't care about that because that's not going to change. We have a supply over here of good water that gets stopped there. It's going to flow in here. So we're going to go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go ahead and close this one too, which is going to make all of this water go over here. And eventually it will be joining that bad tide. And we're going to lose our power in a little bit. But we do have this going. This is not generating any power output though, which is really disappointing. There's no wind blowing at all. There we go, now it is, but this is not going to get enough power from that. So this needs 250. How much can we get from a power wheel? Only 50. That's not going to be good. We could put a battery here. And we have, yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to come in here, landscaping. And I want to dynamite these. And all of that. And we're going to just cut into this area and build a battery there. And it'll store a little bit of power. So that overnight, as this windmill is generating, it should be okay. Actually, that is generating enough for it right now. But we'll get the demolition done over there. And that'll be a start. Building labs power. Yep, like I said, we are going to lose our power for a little bit. We can go ahead and speed up. And hopefully get through this just fine. Okay, these are cut down. Let's go ahead and we're going to plant more oak in here. That should keep the foresters busy for a little bit and really get more trees going so that we don't have an issue with the logs, which so far we're fine. But I am, like I said, a little... Now, we've got some dynamite in here, but not full yet because we are pulling... How much bad water do we... Got that, and that comes down here. We've got a ton of bad water, actually. And we should have a lot of dynamite too, because they should be going ahead and doing that. Their bad tide has started. So you can see that bad water is coming in here and then immediately going that way. Hopefully it doesn't overflow. It does seem like it has a little bit more flow to it, but that's all going to come over here and come through. Flow that way? No. I mean, it could, just barely. It's going to join all of this and really flow through all of that off the map over there. It's going to come over here, kind of fill that as well. But really, we're getting closer to having that done. But for now, we have no power on most of our stuff. We do have the smelter is working from here. These gears, yeah, you don't have enough power for that. I want to get these done. Can't get all the required materials. What are we waiting? Oh, because somewhere, where did I build the demolition factory? We have that over there. That gets stored there. And then it comes over here to explosives. We need power for that. So we don't have that. Bad tide has ended. Great. Let's come over here. And as soon as that bad water is out of there, we are going to lower this back down. I don't remember what it was at, but let's put it at 1.0. See what happens with that. So that'll fill up a little bit and then empty over there. And that should be fine. And then over here, this is just additional water that can come in. We don't really need it, but that gets all of our power going again. And hopefully that will get our explosives going soon too. So the water is coming in here now and filling up and about to start flowing here. There we go. That's working. And come on, this one spins. There we go. This one is working. And that power supply is not good enough. Yeah, those are not going. Just need the water to flow better. Yeah, look at it. Now we've got too much water. But we wanted all of the water to come through there. I don't think we were draining over here. Water's just kind of stopped over here. It's filling up, and then it's going to drain into there. We've got bad water over here, so I don't want to do anything with it until that is all clear there. I think we have stabilized a little bit better now. Yeah, so this is now working a little at a time. Not great. I wonder if we could get another power source in here. I mean, a windmill would be nice. Yeah, let's put a windmill right here just to give a little bit more power there, especially on times when we are not getting much. Can we get a windmill here too? It's not a windmill. This is a windmill. No, it's too close to that. Oh, you know what? We could put it right here. And those windmills will just generate a little bit more power to try and stabilize that a little bit more. Okay, now this is ready. We're going to go ahead and detonate these ones. And then we can come in and do a little bit more. Let's go ahead and just do this double dynamite. Yes. And this one too, triple dynamite. So I want the single dynamite here. And then we'll put the double dynamite there. And once they've got that, then we can get our battery here. And once again, that will just stabilize that a little bit. This needs more gears, which are being occupied. This is technically working. So we are generating treated planks very slowly. They're coming over here. Yeah, a little at a time. Let's go ahead and get the gears here really quick. And here. Those can both be a higher priority. So now we're doing better. We've got most of our... some of our stuff here. Oh, abstract. What do we need for that? Are we getting abstract? What is the abstract again? There's a lot of things to keep track of in this game, I must say. So that is that... Abstract. Okay, hang on. Right, so the abstract is from the centrifuge. We came across this before. So we can't build this one yet. So we're going to get rid of these 1, 2, and 3. And we'll just do the single one. So we're going to come into landscaping and we'll do dynamite. I hadn't realized that these required abstract, but these ones should be fine. They should get built right away. We've got the explosives there, so we can go ahead and demolish those. And then once we have these demolished, we can get another layer in there. Here they come. Come on, pick up the ones we've got here. No storage space. Oh, we don't have storage for that? Okay, this is the explosives. Let's come in here and we're going to get that right away. What kind do we need? Can it fit in a warehouse? Or does it need this kind? Warehouse. Warehouse it is. Medium warehouse. We can stick that right here. And that is going to get also known as explosives. Now, we should get a gatherer over here. We've got a whole bunch of food here. A bunch of berries. There we go. And that should employ our beavers. Just double check our food and water supply there. That is good. Let's come over here and blow this up. And now nobody can get to this stuff. So, that's all right. We'll just get rid of the rubble. I don't want to look at it anyway. So then we'll come in here and get 3 more of those. Now, can they get there? I hope they can. Otherwise, we're going to have a little bit of a complication there. Yep, there we go. Okay. Detonate those, and then we're going to come in here and get our first gravity battery. What do we need for that? We have all of the things we need for that. Beautiful. And how is our cap going? We have all of the gears, just waiting on the treated planks, which, again, that is what we're trying to help here. Here we have the pine resin that we need. I don't think we have a storage spot for treated planks, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, no, we do have on top here, but we didn't. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Treated planks. Okay, very good. I feel like I want another power supply here, though. But the reality is that this is generating 205. Yeah, it's not quite enough. But overnight, it might store more power. Where, like, it might, if the wind is blowing overnight, it should be okay. And, of course, now the wind stops blowing. But this does have some power stored, and it won't be used until we're in the middle of that. I think I will come in here, though, and see what we can do about getting a little bit more power. We can't get a water wheel. Power wheel is really going to be not all that much anyway. So let's put another windmill in if we can. It'd be good to have it over on this thing. We might have to do some platforms to get over here. Let's see if they can build those. They might be too far away. But if they can get those there, then we can get a windmill here. Oh, look. They can come around that way. Beautiful. And then we can get a power shaft here. And hopefully they can build all of that. And then we'll have 2 power things going. Yeah, because this is using up our power supply there. But that should get our wood workshop making plenty of treated planks. And we're a little bit lower on wood than we were before, but we've got all those oats that are growing, so that should be good. This is a smelter. I'd like to try and improve the power situation here as well. Here we have a little bit extra supply. So what we could do is we could connect this to that. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do a vertical power shaft. Unlock that, yes. And I want that here, I think. And we'll put it here. And then we should be able to get a power shaft here and here. And then up above too. Yeah, so that should connect all of that. And then I want to get another battery somewhere around here. And I think that's going to have to go in here. So we can come in and we're going to dynamite here. Yeah. We can dynamite there, and then we're going to build a platform up. A double platform. And I don't know if we need a path accessed. I don't think we do, because this one does not have a path. It is fully charged. Very good. So as, like this should work at full efficiency now. And then here we should have full power as well. It's just now a matter of getting the stuff we need here. Detonate those. And then we'll get the battery here. And that should be a nice little battery. Oh, but you know what? We got to get power up there. Otherwise, it's going to be completely useless. If we build 3 of those, then we can come over here and get another one of these, and then we can get a power shaft here. And that should connect all of that, which should make that work. And how are we doing over here? This is getting closer to being done. That will cap this off. And then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to start working on a cap over here as well. I'd like that. Could be getting a little bit more water in here. Bring that all the way down to 0.5, and we probably will see a little bit more flow here. Yeah, I wish we had another output there. I mean, we could build one. All of this should be good. Let's see how this turns out. And I'd like to start planning a little bit over here too, but I think what I want to do, since we have so many beavers, I want to get a little bit more hauling. And I don't know, how many hauling posts do we have and where are they? Hauling post. We have 1 hauling post, and it is in the center area. So we're going to build 2 more, and I want one to be located over here. Go ahead and put that here. And I want the other one to be located over. We're just trying to maximize some of our efficiency a little bit. And we've got all these workers, like unemployed beavers. We might as well have them work. And then I want to try to figure out where we're going to put a battery. So, I mean, right away, this becomes a prime candidate. But I don't think I want to move too far away from the existing infrastructure. So we're going to come in here. We've got a drought approaching. That's fine. And why do we not have... Oh, we've got so many berries because we don't eat them. So that is the way it is. We're going to come in here. We'll take out 3 berries. And we're going to build this triple here because this area is actually pretty strong, and I wonder if we can go even higher than that. We might have to, if we come all the way up here, well, we'll just start with this. We're going to put the battery here, and that's probably not going to work so well, so we're going to put it over here. Or like have it go down that way. And then we can come in here. We're going to take out those as well. And then we need to get the power here. So we need a vertical, vertical, vertical. And then we need a triple platform and a triple. And then we can do a power shaft setup like that. And then that will connect all of that once it is built. But we do have, this is waiting for materials because I think we've still got stuff going over there. And see, this is full operational. That is a beautiful setup that I really, really like. Here we are needing, oh, we can't reach it. Okay, so that is a little bit of an issue. But what we'll do is we will build platforms here because we might as well. And then we can get a stairwell here and here. And we might as well get a nice little thing there. And then maybe we can build something up there. Like a lookout or something. I don't know. And we have worked through all of our planks. So we have more logs, but we don't have any more planks. So the other thing over here, these are the lumber mills, and they are working overtime pretty much to try to get more output. But how much power surplus do we have here? We have a surplus, so we can go ahead and get another lumber mill here. This one. And we can't have stuff above it, which is a bummer because that means we're going to have to get the power under that. That's not going to work there. But what we could, we're already going up there. We don't need these berries. Let's go ahead and take some out here and here. And then we're going to put the lumber mill in here. Oh, drought started. Drought started. I guess it's not a big... Oh, it is, because we're going to run out of water. That's a dam. Okay. So the water is just going to not flow out that way. That'll be fine. And it won't overflow there. This is all fine. We should be fine. And it will really test our batteries that we've been constructing. But let's come in here and we'll get the lumber mill here. Could get another one there, actually. No, I don't want to take that out. Oh, here. There we go. Oh, that got built like instantly. We'll get that there. And then we're going to get the vertical power shaft here. And then just one small platform here. And then bring a power shaft there. So that will get this operational once we have water flowing again in 1.3 days. None of this is working. This one, there goes the dog, shook a little bit. So here we have batteries full, but again, we don't have the materials. This one, we need more planks and we can't get them until we get more stuff going. So we'll just have to wait and see. All right, the drought is over, so we should get water flowing again pretty quick. And then we can move on from there. One thing I want to do soon is when this one is done and we can start to go over to other stuff, we're going to get the bad water cap. And I just want to cap this one. I don't want to draw from it. I just want to have it capped. We're only going to pull from here because I don't see us needing a ton of bad water for stuff. And maybe that'll change one day, but let's check. Our battery has gone down a little bit, but that's fine. I mean, that's the whole purpose. This is working, although unable to get the stuff, so maybe it's not the purpose. So yeah, anyway. They're supposed to be building. They don't have the planks to do this. So, and actually, we need to prioritize this then. Because once this gets built, we can get more planks. Because we've got the water flow now, and that means we've got excess power. I'd like to eventually connect to a couple really big batteries up here because that's like a huge hill. And so we'll be able to store a lot there, and that'll be good. But we're getting a couple, we're getting this built a little at a time. That needs planks too. And really, once this is up and running, there we go. So now we have doubled our plank production. And that is really going to cut into the logs as well. So I'm tempted to get more logs growing over here. Because you can see we've gone through most of our oak. And we don't have a food issue. So let's go ahead over here. And we're going to do a little bit of forestry. We want forester over here. We'll put that there. That we'll be able to get like that whole area. And then we'll put a lumberjack here. And I think we'll go ahead and put a store, an underground one. Can we build on top of that? I wonder. No, looks like we can't. But we can get a nice big pile of wood in there. And then over here, we can come in and we want to plant a bunch of oak here. Is that a lumberjack there? It is. We're going to get rid of this one. Sorry, guy. But you're not needed in that spot anymore. There we go. So as soon as the forester is built, that will get going, and he just needs planks, which should be going pretty quick now. This is a low priority. We're like lower. Oh, and it's too far. So we can address that in a minute. This is almost done. And that ramp setup, or like platform setup, really worked well. So what I want to do then is we're going to get another way up here. And that is going to be a little bit tricky because of the way we set this up. But I think if we come in here, we got to take out more berries. Fine. Take those out. And then we'll get this triple platform here. Somebody take that out. Okay, but also let's get these all the way up to 10 haulers at each of these, because I really want everything to get hauled super fast. Construction I can be patient with, but I don't want there to be any delays in things just from delivery issues. Get the platform here. And I'm hoping that if I put a double here, and then, let's see, we need to take out more bushes. Our stairs are going to come around this way. Get another double because we'll go down the stairs, and then we need to turn around. Okay, so now we can come in. We can get a stairs here. Get a double here. And then come this way. And get a single here. Stair, stair, stair. Path. So now they'll be able to get all the way up there. Put a little path here. And hopefully then they can build the rest of that. We'll make this be the highest priority, so that it gets built before the other stuff. And that battery should power enough there. This one, that fits the same amount of power as the other one. So that should keep all of this flowing no matter what the power. This one, why are you not running? Smelter, what is your problem? You have power input. You have fuel. Why are you not building? I suppose there's nowhere for them to go. I mean, we do, but all right, well, it is what it is. Here we're getting a little bit of logs. I don't really care how many we get in there. And we have the forester is planting the oak there now too. So all of that should be good on wood for a while. We do, oh, those ones we're not cutting down. I am a little concerned that maybe we're building too fast. This is getting closer. We need the treated planks, which again, we need planks for that, of course. This is almost all done. We just need the metal blocks. And can they reach it? No, they can't reach it. Okay, we have to take out this power shaft. And now they can get there and build the rest of it. I wish that they had been a little bit smarter about what they were building. But again, that power should be really... Beaver is injured. Are you resting? Yeah. Just want to make sure. We have, I think, 2 medical beds, and I'm a little bit concerned that at some point they're going to be not enough. Okay, this is now connected, or it has the stuff, but it's not connected, I mean. So we'll get the gear shaft back in there, and then that will be completed being built. And then we need just a little bit more treated planks. Should be happening very soon. And timber is almost completely gone. So one thing I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and just put a lumberjack over here. And then cut down these trees here. Go ahead and put it here. It should get most of that forest. And then we can say, go ahead and cut this stuff. Yeah, and somebody already is working over there and cutting down trees. So that'll get us a little bit more coming out. But we've got this power line. Our power battery is connected and operational. And then over here, just needing 33 more treated planks. And then that will be capped. And I'm really excited about that. Why are you not reaching all the way? You are. And I've told this to plant over there, so you just haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, that's fine. We also have all the leftover oak here. Cut trees. I want you to be cutting all of it. You already are. Okay. All right, that should be fine then. While we're at it, I think I'm going to go ahead and start getting the power line over here, because then we can really get that battery in place. So I'm going to go ahead and put a gravity battery here. I wonder if we could clean that up a little bit better too. Where does this come from? Oh, that will get fed. We could get our water. If we chop this down, that'll cut into our flow there. I think I want to leave that one there, but then we could take it out over here and we could have a nice little flow of water coming this way too. And then we would be able to get over here. Okay, so what I want to do then is I want to start straightening this out so we can get, how many could we get there? We could get 1, 2, 3, 4 across there. And that would be so much power stored. We would never run out. Okay, so what we're going to do then is figure out what do we need to do. Triple dynamite, that is going to require 2 abstract, which we don't have yet. You know what? Okay, what we'll do instead is we're just going to worry about getting the power over there. So we already have it up high here. To continue building here, we're going to have to be up pretty high. We're already over here. What we could do is we can double platform here, I think, and then here. Yeah, we're going to have to disconnect this and redo it. I'm going to take this out and this as well. And then we'll get rid of the triple platform here. And I guess we could have kept the other one. No, because we have to get rid of this here. Yeah, we could have kept the one and just gotten rid of this stuff. Take that out, and then we're going to get a double platform here instead. Because we're going to have a pathway there. And we need a double platform here. And then over here as well. Let's take those out, and then we can build over that. We'll have a path go this way and that way. And then we can get a single platform here for the gear. We'll get the power shaft like that. And then we're going to have it go right above that. And hopefully they can get to it just fine. We're going to see in just a moment. So this is going to be a double, double, and then build the path there. I think they can. I think they'll be able to do that. So then we can come along here And we want to keep this consistent. We'll have a triple here. Actually, we could just do a bridge there. Because we can do bridges now. Maybe we just want an overhang. So unlock these. Oh no, that's not elevated. Yeah. I do like the look of it better though. This is going to be big enough. So I want to take this back out. And we'll get a single here. And then we can get this overhang here. Actually, let's go one bigger. Like that. And that's going to be a much nicer bridge. Can we build stuff on top of it? I should have checked that. Yes, we can build on top of it. Okay. So that'll be a really pretty bridge, actually. It'll be pretty enough. Unconnected build. Oh! This has been finished. And this is capped. Alright, so this one can be demolished. And they're working right from here. We actually don't need too many people working on that. But that is producing plenty of bad water. And that is completely capped. That's so exciting. Okay, and then this is done too. So now we want to just do a regular platform here. This takes sips to do that. Yeah, the overhang is a bit more work. So we'll just do a plain thing there. And then we want to get the gear power shaft along there. Right, so now we're gonna need to take out some berries, and we have to be careful which ones we're doing. Mark for deletion, those. That should be all we need to get over here. And then we want the double platform. Let's bring that all the way over and have a path right there too. Very nice. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and bring a path this way too. So we might as well, I mean, this is just going to make things a little bit smoother there. And then we can come back now and get our taller platform here and continue our power shaft. Okay, so that is done to here now. And I think I want to bring it up higher now, especially because we need to get a stair here. So this stair will go like that, and then we'll get a platform and a stair and a double platform. And actually what we'll do is we'll bring this here, and then we can go up. We didn't really need this stair here, but we've got it anyway. We're going to bring the path this way. And then, actually, we don't need to raise that at all. We'll just continue bringing it this way. So, like, they do this so fast. Look at how much wood we have now. The oats must have gotten done. Yep, some of them did. Beautiful. We need that wood. We need a lot of materials. So that's going to bring us over to here. We'll get the path underneath that. We already do. Okay. And then we can continue with a platform here. Then we'll get a double platform. And then we can get a triple over to here. And then we'll get a double. Oh, that's going to be a single. And then we're going to build a staircase here. And we're going to work our way up the mountain because we're going to need to be able to build. So that gets us over to here. And then we're going to want to start going up here. And what I think I want to do is just kind of... No. Okay, this is going to come out, yes. And this one too. And instead, we're going to have to go a little bit further here so that we have space for this. We're going to go around like that. Drought approaching already. Okay. We're going to be fine with droughts. We've got a lot of power stored now. Okay, and then get a double here. Yeah. And here. And then we can get the path this way. That gets us to there. Get one here. And then we need single here. And then we're going to need stairs here. and here. And then this should work just fine. Just go around like that. And it's just going to go up until we get to the top. I think we'll bring this over a bit too, and maybe get a stair here, because now we can get up to the very top. We've got the stairs all the way to there. Let's go ahead and get another vertical shaft. Just continue to build this up as high as it needs to go, which will be to there. Actually, no. This one is not needed. Okay, and then I'll continue building the stairs here. Okay, that should be good enough. That should build. I mean, we're going to need planks that we're slow on, but a lot of planks will be needed to build this little creation here, and then we can really start to take stuff down. Speaking of, we're getting plenty of bad water. I think I'm going to wait on the centrifuge until we have these batteries, and which is actually maybe not what I want to do, because it's going to need... So on one hand, it's going to need a lot of power, and that is why I want to be connected to it. But on the other hand, I wonder if we could come in here. We can go ahead and unlock this. Drought started. Okay, fine. I will come in here and we plug... No, I don't need to do anything with that. That's fine. Nothing special there. We're going to build a centrifuge, I think. Or maybe we're going to have power up here. And we've got bad water not far from there. Let's put this here. So, but we're going to have this be a pretty low priority right now. And I want to get water storage here. Let's get a medium tank. Put that here. And this can be bad water. Yeah, so they'll have to come around to this. We're going to bring a path. I want a stairwell there. So we're going to put this here, and then we can take this out so they can carry that right up without any trouble. That needs planks and gears, which planks are the sticking point right now. And we have almost used up all of our power from this battery. So we are not going to make it through an entire drought without running out of power right now. This one also is going to run out. This one will be a bit closer, the treated planks. But once we get these batteries in place, I feel... And I just noticed that we have no more beavers available. So it is time to get more housing. We're going to put 2 more triple lodges. They should build relatively quickly, and they can house 18 more beavers, so that'll be good. Get a little bit more in, and at some point maybe we add over here too. I mean, this is a nice little community that could be expanded. There's a little... We're getting some more over here. All right, so the drought cycle is over, which means we will soon have our power going again. Battery, it looks like the battery did not run out, actually, so that is good. And this has made it almost all the way up, which is also really good to see. Okay, which means one thing I want to do is we're going to need 1 dynamite here. No, actually, cancel that. We're going to put a single here, and then we're going to get one just to hold the gears across it. And then we can put a power shaft here. And we can connect... Yeah, I wanted to get... Yeah, we'll do... Just go like that. That will connect the centrifuge to the power. And then we just need to get that going. Now, I'm a little concerned that we're not going to have... How much... We actually, I think... Yeah, we don't have a ton of surplus. And this is going to need 200. So it's going to need most of the power that is going through here. But with this setup, pretty soon, we might be able to get more power wheels in here. Power water wheels, I mean. Let's go ahead, and we've got some things to take out down here. And I think just take these out. And then we can... That's the wrong thing. I want to get one there and one there. But before we do that, these need to be very low priority. And then now that we have an idea of where this is coming out, we can come in here and get a platform in there. I was hoping that won't work. If we move this, we're going to have to take this dandelion. We're going to take this out and that one too. And then a power shaft is going to come along here and get these water wheels connected. Yeah. Come on, somebody come and take this stuff out. I suppose you can be forgiven for not working overnight, guys, but I really need this taken out so I can finish queuing this up. I need a beaver. Beaver, please. Somebody. Come and do this. Thank you. Can you do more, please? Okay, fine. I will set them all to high priority. Okay, and then we can get this power shaft in here. And then over here, then this can be back to normal priority. And over here, what I want to do is I want to put a dam. Where is the dam? Levee dam. I want to block the water completely over here. See if we can get back there. I don't think we can get back there. And at some point, maybe we move this water pump. But that should really increase the power output. And this, we're just, what are we waiting on? Oh, you can't get there. No, you can get there. You just can't get the... We don't have the planks. We have some. Can somebody deliver it, please? Oh, look, this is... That's probably where the planks were going, actually. That filled up, like, in my... All right, now they're working on that. Very good. This needs metal logs and planks. And then the centrifuge. And we have... That's antidote. Okay. We're missing workers, but we are missing all... We had a lot. Our well-being has gone down. I think soon we're going to need to focus on that and get a little bit. I mean, really what we're doing is we've been working on getting our agora working. That's been our long-term goal. And we're very close. Because once the centrifuge is producing the extract, then that agora will work. And that'll be really... Also, we don't have bad water over here anymore. So at some point... Let's get a path over here because we are going to come in here and take out a little bit here. This is going to get destroyed. It's going to flow water out here and might mess up our power situation, which is going to be annoying, but we will get a floodgate here right away. Hopefully we can get that in right away because otherwise that is going to possibly flood this area. But this is going to be nice because that's all going to be green, of course. But like I said, it has stopped our water flow, which kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so this is... Okay, we're going to have one... We're going to put a dam back in. Actually, the dam might be the way to go because then we can walk. Let's do that, and then we can get the path here. And they can build that. So it won't exactly be a floodgate, but we'll be able to control a little. All right, and this guy is useless now. Take them off of that. Scavenger is still working there. Wood, okay. Come on, come and finish this, guys. I suppose I mean, what do we have over here? We've got a floodgate. It's at 2.5. I think the dam will... Put it up high like that? What do we need for it? Just logs. There we go. That should get us doing a little bit better. This needs to be a high priority. Less water is flowing out now. And what I think I'll do is we're going to close this all the way. And then that will make it flow out over the dam, which will fill it all the way up to the dam. And we've got the water flowing over here again. That's really what the goal was, to have water flowing in both directions here. Because I think we'll be able to get a lot of the power through this side, especially if we kind of filter it through small areas. And in fact, what we could do is we've got this nice big reservoir, but we could also then eventually pump the water up high and use it for power generation only. All right, so this, we're going to take this out, take this dam out, and then we're going to get a floodgate here. Make this a high priority because we're not getting any water flowing out here. And I do want water to flow at this nice big reservoir here. So the water stopping over here is still flowing. Okay, it's still flowing. That is good. This is almost done, but we have to wait today. The centrifuge is built. Oh yeah, it was built a while ago, but we don't have power there. We have power. We do have power, actually. It's connected to power here. It must not count that here. So we'll take this back out. And we're going to put the power shaft. Actually, keep that there. Yeah. And go like that. That will work. Okay. And this is complete. So we're going to take this dam out too. And put one more floodgate here. And put that high priority. And then we should permanently be able to have the water flow. And that'll be good. Okay, so now, no available workers. We have one unemployed. Why are you unemployed if we... You. Oh, you're injured. Okay. No, you're stranded. Oh, shoot. How did you get stranded? Down there. I'm sorry. There's no real easy way to get you out of that. So, yeah, you're just gonna die. And that'll be fine. This has power, but no beavers. Which is annoying. I don't want to put it to be a priority because we don't really need it to be a priority. But I do really want that extra. We need more beavers. Let's go ahead. I mean, we've got they're full. Let's build another floor. Okay, so they go this way, and then can we get it up another thing here? Let's go ahead and we're gonna go here. No, we'll come out this way. Then we're gonna go up. We need a double platform here, here, and there. And we don't really need it on both sides. Let's get a single there, and then a stair. And then we can go single all the way through here. Oh, you know what? Actually, it does need to go up higher. No. What I'm going to do, instead of this triple lodge, we're going to do... Okay, this needs to be unlocked. And a mini... We might as well get that too. That needs to be on the upper level. We're just going to do a lodge. The lodge can fit 3... I mean, it's the same as the other stuff. Is it more comfortable or something? There's no difference. It takes... Okay. So the problem with this is that we have to build... I guess it's not a big... It's not. We're going to come in here, though, and we're going to demolish and that path. And then we'll get a double platform in. And we'll just put another stair. It's fine. Okay, and then we'll get that there, there, and there. Very good. Then we're going to have a huge capacity for more beavers. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and save this beaver. It wouldn't be too hard to take out the water pump. And you're still... Fine, we'll take out the dam too. Get out of there. You can swim out now, dude. What are you waiting for? You have a path right here. There we go. Thank you. Way to go. You figured it out. Okay, so then we can come in here and we can take that back out. Yes, and get that out to... We have a couple more dams to build here. We're going to pause that one so that this one becomes a high priority. Get that built. And actually, I don't want dams here. I want levees. So yeah, we want to make sure all the water is flowing through. I mean, what I want really is to get all of this. Yeah, lose the logs? No, I don't want to lose. We're going to come back and we're going to get the levee. Let's see here. Will that work? I don't think I wanted to put a levee. I think we have to though, because what am I doing this for? I'm not doing it. I don't even remember actually. It's been okay. So, I'm recording this in different, groupings or different times. And right now I'm kind of forgetting what I was building that for. I think, yeah, I'm trying to get the water to flow well, and we don't really need it really when it comes down to it. The water is flowing just fine. I think that'll be fine. We'll get the water pump back in here, and that'll just be that. And in the meantime, we've got the centrifuge up here. No workers are coming up here, primarily because we don't have them. And so that's why we're really focusing on getting these additional lodges in place here, which will really help us get more beavers moving around. There we go. Not connected by anything. Okay. Maybe make the stairs, guys. There's pathway here so that we can actually get to those homes so that they actually count, which they will. They already are. So we've got the beavers. We should grow a little bit here in a little bit, and we can unpause the agora because very soon, once we get enough beavers, we're going to see the centrifuge start working. We've got the bad water there. We've got the logs all the way up here. And we can go ahead and get the extract. They need logs hauled all the way up here. Yeah, it requires some, which is a pain. It's also getting power, which is good. But getting the logs up there is not going to be ideal. Let's go ahead and we'll put a small pile out here. Actually, we'll put 3 small piles here and put them all as logs and say to obtain them. Same thing here. Obtain and obtain. I want to get as many logs here as we can so they don't have to walk as far when they are needing things. And I've been looking around for a new major project, and I think I found one actually. Look at that. We are now producing our extract. Beautiful. And that will get the extract over to here where it will eventually get it over there. But what we should do is we should come in here and we should get a storage of extract right here. And I want that. Yep, here we go. Extract. Going to put a whole bunch there, and it's going to come from over here. So what we need to do is also get a storage thing over here. Put a medium tank. I'd love to get one right here, right next to the other one, but I don't know that we can get that high. Let's see here. Oh, we can get that, and then we can get these here. Now, can they get to this spot? It appears that they can. So then we can go ahead and put this up here. And we'll put this as extract. And I want to use this to supply the goods to other warehouses. Actually, we'll just leave that as off. Where is it? There we go. Just accept the goods. And then over here, we want this one to be set to obtain the extract so that it can do this. And there we go. We've got supply here. They are getting agora now, which is something we've been working on for a while. Where is it? Agora, right here. Half of them have already gotten that. So they are very happy with that. Now, I'm happy with that too. And so I've been looking for another project. And I think the project I want to do is to trap water in here as high as we can, because we've got a lot in there. And I think that's going to be a great spot for it. So the first thing we're going to have to do is take out this blockage. Although what I think I want to do is build, you know what? Let's do this. We're going to build a triple floodgate above that so we can control the water coming in. Go like that, and it's too far. So we need to build a path over. And I think what we'll have to do is just build stairs here. We can just go like that, and then we can get a path here and like that, and that should get us to that spot. So that will then allow us to get the water in here, and we need to find all the spots. That'll be 3 deep. That'll be pretty good. We'll get another floodgate over here. Bad tide approaching, which we should be fine on. We've got this one capped. This one is over here, but also the bad tide will flood stuff. So I have to pay attention and block off the water flow when the time comes. But anyway, they're coming over here. They're building those stairs, and we'll get the floodgate here. Do I want the triple here? Yeah, I think I do, because I want to control the water here as well. That doesn't have to be that high. Let's come back and take that out and make that smaller. Okay, so then we want a double floodgate here. Yep. Is that too far as well? No, they can build that one. They can just come along that way. And then over here, we will need another one, which this one will probably be too far. Go ahead and put that here. Yeah, that one is too far. So we're going to need a bridge here. And we do have some cool bridges now. This suspension bridge here. Could put it like that. What I think we'll do is we'll put it here. No. We don't quite reach over there. What we could do is get a gap here. And then we can bring a path this way. And then just bring it along like that. That one won't work. We can get to there, but we can't quite get farther because this blockage is... What if they can get there? So over here, they're actually almost done with this. And I paused the third one because I realized they need to have a path to get over here. And then we're going to demolish the blockage here just because we can. And then once they're done with that, I'll unpause this and put it at a high priority because I don't want this water flowing too far into this space or like too much in there because it might take away from our production there. And yep, here it comes. Let's go ahead and turn that back on and put it at high priority. So you can see the water is flowing out this way now, and that is stopping our power here, which is not what we want. So we want to make sure that this gets built. But having the floodgate here gives us a little bit of control over how much is going in there. And then eventually we might want to put a pump here because it is going to be higher than what we have on this. And so I want to make sure that we are getting as much everywhere that we can. Over here, yeah, too far. They can't get there. We have to figure out how to get them there. I guess we could build a path this way. And it's going to be a really long distance for them, but we can take out more here too. In fact, we could take out all of this. There they are. Look at that. Very good. So they can take out all of that. And then over here, we're going to get, what was that, a triple? Yeah, we could put a triple there. And then a single on top of it. That gets us over to here. We're just kind of building a nice little path over. And then from here, we can come back down. So we can get this here, and then we can get a stair like that. And then we finally made it over to that area. So they'll take that out. This is done getting built now. We've got the power going again. Very good. Now, we have some water in here. Not a ton. But what we could do is we don't want to take the flow away from there either. What we really have to do is figure out how to get more water. Like, we have to get it flowing where we want it to. This is really where all the water production is. And at some point, we want some water in the other spots, but we want most of the water flowing in there. But we do need some water stored in here so that we get more greenery. And of course, now we've run out there. Bad tide started. Okay, that reminds me that we need to come over here. I've paused it. And we're going to come up here and block that. That was at 0.5, so that's what I need to remember, is 0.5. Now, this bad tide, we don't control. It just goes over this way. And, oh, we do control it a little bit. That's already blocked. Okay. So it'll come over here and go over that dam and make its way out of the map. And that'll be fine. And eventually we'll cap that Oh, well, no. These are just it's bad tide. We really can't stop that at all. But that will flood a lot of our stuff. Oh, shoot. That's going to come over here. Are you done with this yet? No. Okay, that'll be fine. It's going to come over this way. We can block it. It's not going to be able to be blocked there. Hopefully it won't backfill. And for the most part, it looks like it's not really coming up this way anyway. So that should all be fine. They're really hungry coming all this way. But that should get our little floodgate here. And we want this to be as high as it can go. I don't want any water flowing through there. I just want the ability to control it if I want to. What we might do, I might eventually allow some water to flow. Or what we could do is we could have, well, I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing here, but we want to get as much stored in there as we can. This is going to be the end of the bad tide. So we'll watch this water. And as soon as we can, we'll put this back to 0.5 as soon as there's no bad water in there, which should go pretty quick. All right, that looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and put this down to 0.5. It's going to let a lot of water through and immediately start to flow in the other spots again. That's good. Beaver is injured. They will get recovered just fine. Okay. The rest of the bad tide is flowing through. This is the one we need to cap at some point. And we need more beds as well. We need more We've got 14 unemployed beavers, so we are actually in a pretty good spot there. Right, so we are getting over here now. What I want to do is take these out. And then we should be able to build this stuff. They can get there anyway. We've got our nice path there. We're going to get that built. And that will allow us to block 2 parts of this area. And then I think what we'll start to do is maybe block off over here. We could bring this dam farther and just turn this all into an even bigger reservoir flooded building. That's all right. You'll get over it. Yeah. So like this will, they'll get those built. But what I want to do is come over here and we're going to build more levees. And I want them, let's see, what I want to do is actually really have like tight control. So I'm going to take these paths out here. Yes, and yes. And then I want to get a levee here. No, I want to put it here. And then we'll go on top of that, and we want to take out that resource. And all of that is too far, so we need to get a path over here. Bring this path right over here, and we'll get a stair down here. So all of that will take time, of course. And we might need a stair up here, actually. Yeah, that should allow them to get there when they have everything done. And so what I want to do then is I will control the water flowing this way and maybe contain all of it at this height, which I think is about the same height as this. In which case, if we have this reservoir and this as the same, then we'll be in pretty good shape in terms of water, because we could start to have it flow out this way. Although we have just all the flow coming this way right now, I'd still like to get as much stored in there as we can. So this is completed over here, and what I want to do is just get a suspension bridge here really quick. We'll put it here, but we have to take out that one building there, or like one pathway. And then we can get a nice suspension bridge right there, which will bring us, and it's just good to have like these paths over this way in general, just to know that we have access to a lot of this area. They are over here working on all of this, and that's good. Yeah, they can't get to that, but hopefully they will soon. And then here comes somebody to finish those stairs, and then they can all get up there and finish building all of, although this one they can't get to. That is a bummer. Let's see, what could we do about that? We're going to pause this, and this, and we will build a stair right there, which will allow them to get up there, and then they should be able to build the rest. All right, they got that one resource out, so we can get the last remaining levee there. They can get that built. And as soon as this one's built, we can unpause the construction on the rest of the... So that should be like as soon as the day begins. And it takes most of the day for them to just get here. But they don't have to do too much construction over here. It's just a little out of time. So they're going to get that in place. And that will be a very nice levee there. That should allow us to then focus on this side. And what I want to do on this side is actually bring it over like this and kind of reclaim a little bit of that land there. Just pretty much fill in all of this. And I think about here, actually, we'll just go ahead and fill all of this like that. And then we can get another one here and go like this. And we have to build that too high. So that'll be, this is quite the project to really get the water to flow this way. And what we could really be doing is, I suppose we could be doing an impermeable floor and just like having the water go up higher to flow through here. Is it like a little bridge of, or like an aqueduct? But I want to do it this way. I want to really have that be a water channel there. Okay, and in the meantime, I want to go ahead and unlock the bad water dome because I want to get it queued up over here. Now, where is that source? There it is. We have to figure out how to get over here, which will not be super simple, but it should be doable. We've got a path here, right? And if we come in here and remove this resource, that tree there, then we can continue the path along here. So they'll come along this way. Then actually we'll take this out because then we can get a suspension bridge here. Oh, those are two different gaps. Interesting. We're like two different heights. Go ahead and put this here. And then we'll put a staircase on this side. That will get us over to here once that tree gets removed. Of course, all of this project is taking priority, but it is almost at, I mean, it's got a little bit, they have a little bit more to do there, but that should be good. And then I want to put this as the higher priority, but we can't get there, of course. And, oh, wow, you can control it as well. So what we want, we're going to bring the path this way, and then we'll go up. Don't really know how we'll get down. I suppose we could come down here. Let's come down this way. This is like going to be a terribly far for our beaver, but it will be worth it because then we won't have to worry about bad water except for at the time. Oh no, but you know what? We still need, no, we're pulling it out from here. So we're getting the bad water out of there regardless. So that'll be fine. That this one is drawing it out, and we're not going to need much bad water at all. We've got what is it, 2,000 bad water. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay, this tree is gone, so we can go ahead and get this path here. And then we've got a little bit more trees in the way. Let's go ahead and mark all of this to be removed along with the, although we don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, so then this path, I want it to come here. So we've got a few trees to take out, and that'll get us to here. Take this one back out, and then we'll get a staircase going up here. That will bring it over to there, and then we need to go up. And that should be pretty easy. That will allow them to get to the Badwater Dome and start to do that. Now, they have completed their work over here, which is also very good. We can come in here, and I want the Badwater Dome to be the highest priority. They're going to take out these resources really quick. Very good. I wish you would prioritize the ones that I want. But, okay, there's a ton of you here, so that should be fine. One more day. Oh, nope, just need to wait a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so now they're going to finish building the stairs, and then they can get the rest of the way. And still, unfortunately, it is super far away from anything, so it will take some time for that. But pretty soon, we'll get that Badwater Dome built. And we have a ton of unemployed beavers. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them to work. We are going to come into district management, and we're going to get another hauling post. And we've got one there. We can just go ahead and put another one here, I guess. And we'll get a builder's hut as well. And just put that over here. And put these both to high priority so they get built before anybody keeps working on the bad water cap. So those should get built pretty quickly, though, because they just need logs and planks, and we've got tons of that. And I've already got 10 haulers there, and we're going to get a whole bunch more workers as well, although that really is just 4 workers. So they will work on building things. And how can they get there? They're getting there from here. Let's get just another pathway here in case they want to go a different direction. And eventually this might end up being something that we take out, but for now it should be fine. Bring this here. Make this a high priority too. But we are like almost to the bad water dome. They're making lots of very good progress. And we've finally reached a point where we can get to this bad water dome. And so they are starting to haul the materials to get over here. And that we should have pretty much everything we need. Yeah, we have pretty much all the gears. We have the planks. We have the metal blocks. So it should get built relatively quickly compared to how long it took us to cap the other spot. But we should get there. Yeah, you're unwell. You've been contaminated. But that is something the extract can help with. I believe a drought is approaching, which I'm not too concerned about a drought because water will stop flowing in here, but we'll continue. I mean, we've got plenty of water. We'll probably stop seeing new power be produced, but we do have some batteries that will really help out a lot. Yeah, we're getting quite a bit built there. So speaking of batteries, I do want to we were planning to get a nice big battery built over here, and we can get that. You know what? Let's put that here. So that is going to come over here. And how big is that going to be? I want to get that here. I think so. If we take this path out here, 1, yes, and 1, yes, then we can get this battery up here, and that will like store a ton of power. We can only get 1 though, unless we build up here. We'll put 1 here, and then I want to build a structure here, like scaffolding here too. So we'll come all the way up like that, just 2 things like that, and then we can get another battery here. And that one probably won't hold quite as much power because of the gears in the way, but together those will hold a ton of. And over here we have some we're getting progress. We're getting there. All right, we've got the drought, and of course the water has stopped flowing, but we do have plenty of power because of the battery. This one is gonna probably run out actually, but that is not connected to it. So that has a battery there, and then we've got another battery over here. So this one, the pine resin and treated planks should continue just fine. We've got full power there. And then same thing over here. We've got enough power that hopefully our gear production won't take a hit. But we will see a hit over in here because, yep, the gravity battery is completely... Although it's interesting, you would think that... Oh no, that is the way it would go. It would fall down, and then that is generating power as it goes down. So that power is gone. We do want to get these built, but in the meantime, we're making a lot of progress over here. Oh, we completed the bad water dome. That's so excellent. So all of that bad water is going away, and we can get back to this other big project here. So what we want to do then is continue with the levees, and we're going to bring the water this way. So we've got that up already as high as it needs to go. We're going to get all the... Actually, you know what? This could all be the same reservoir. We just want to block the water from going that way, which means we just need to build this right here across like that. And then we'll bring it along here, and probably... Is that really as high as this is? Yeah, so we're going to have to go a little bit farther over there. But once we have water in like all of that... Oh, I'm so excited for this. Hopefully this will not take too long to build. So a couple things. First of all, the drought has ended, so we've got power again. And second of all, they're pretty much done with this. So I'm working now on planning over on this side. And what I want to do is I want to bring this along like this, and then we'll get the levee as well, all the way up here. This might be a problem. So we're going to take this out, yes. And we're going to build the levee this way, and then this way. And then we just need to get that. Yeah, man, we're going to need it all the way along that way. Okay, so that'll be fine. We'll bring this along like this and then build like that. And when that's done, we'll do the next part. You know, looking at this again, I think what I want to do is actually here, we're going to put the levees and actually make it so that it comes down. The water comes down a little bit here. So we're going to actually cancel all this, take those out, and all of this, cancel that. Okay. And instead, we're going to bring the levee system over this way. And then we'll get actually right in the middle here. We'll have a couple floodgates here. And I want to make sure that gets up high enough. I think it'll be a triple. And we can unpause the game and get these, yeah, like that. So then that, we will have to come over this way a little bit, but this part can just be a little bit lower, and that should make it a little bit easier, because then I don't have to build the wall all around there, and it kind of works with what we already have in place. So I think that'll be good. Oh, look, our batteries are here, and they can hold 28,000 HP, this one, and 18,000 in this one. So we've got a ton of stuff stored. This is extract here that has come through the centrifuge, which, by the way, I lowered the number of workers we have on the bad water rig because we don't need that much bad. At some point, though, it might make sense to start doing more stuff here. Ooh, and we can tunnel through terrain as well. We can extract dirt, and then we could use that to create terrain. That would be interesting too. We could start to build, instead of just using wood for stuff, we could start to build actual terrain thing. These are not too far. I'm just trying to pay attention now to what is too far from stuff and what isn't, because with all of the things we've built, a lot of stuff is out of the way. Let's go ahead and bring these over like this. And these are going to be hard at the top here. So what I want to do, or hard to build at the top. So what I want is we're going to build platforms across here, and we'll get a path here as well, like that. So that should allow all of that to get built relatively easy once we are getting, right now I've got them prioritizing hauling all the lumber we got back from that part of the project that I canceled. We've got this mostly built. I'm going to start filling it up. So we're going to lower, this floodgate doesn't go all the way down. So what we're going to have to do is eventually take that all the way out. But for now, we're going to just open it a little bit and let that fill up. Oh, look at that all becoming green. I love it. You are stranded? Come on, man. Okay. Somebody finish this building here. This guy got stranded. I love seeing the grass grow, or like the land turn green again. Making it all the way over here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, that took out the power while we're doing this. But eventually, that should get filled up quite a bit. And then we should be able to see the power going again. Now this is going to come over here in just a moment and start filling in over here too. We're already filling this way, and like, love to see this. Water is going to make its way this way too. We're going to have like the whole visual part of this map is going to change drastically through this process. They're almost done over here, and then we can keep going. So what I want to do, and we're going to need to, is bring this over a little bit further, and we'll bring it this way like that. We're gonna wait on this, yes, so that we get that one built first, and then we can come back. And what I want is, I want it to fill in quite a bit, and actually I feel like it's not making any more progress. So are we flowing out? Yep, we are over there. Okay, so we don't want to have it go that way any further. We're going to bring this back up to 1.0. We tested that out a little bit. We can see that we're stopping here, which is what we wanted. But we also, actually this, nope, that is stopped now. All right, so it's going to go back to gray. Eventually, we're going to need to build a dam over here. And I think I want it here so that we can still utilize that. So there's a lot to do there yet. There's bad water in here. I think it's getting lower and going away, but I'm not entirely convinced that it is. But we're going to build this here, and then we're going to start focusing elsewhere. I think we'll come over here too. Let's go ahead and get this here. Should be able to build that pretty quickly as well. And we're going to need a stairway over. We'll put this stairway here, I think. In fact, we'll go ahead and take this path out, because we can tell them to build this stairway before we build that dam. Or levee, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it's supposed to be called. And while they're working on that, I want to figure out the path that we're going to take to get over this way. I think we'll probably come here. And then we can actually come in here and get a suspension bridge. And then come a little bit farther. Because we're about to where we want this dam. I want to block it here. We're going to have to go up a little bit too. So let's let them finish this, and then we can focus on getting another part built over there. And I just got to thinking, another thing we're going to have to worry about is the bad water coming out this way. And so what we might want to do, I wonder, can we build a cap here? No, it won't let me. So what we need to do is we're going to need to have another spot for the bad water to flow. And we're going to have it combined with this, because this is going to be bad water as well. And if we have the bad water flowing in one direction, although I wonder if we could get all of this water, all the bad water going this way, or even better, look at this. We could divert the flow this way with the bad water in a bad water tide. We just go that way off the map. I think we could do that. We could do that without too much difficulty. So this is almost done being built, which is good to see. We're going to bring a path around this way, and then we can get this final levee in place there. What are you mad about? Oh, you're just waiting to be prioritized. Okay, so then when all of that is done, we're going to focus over here. Although I'm kind of tempted now to work on this project, because we could start to do that now. Let's come in here, and we're going to dynamite. If we triple dynamite, which takes extract as well, that will bring it down quite a bit. Let's bring it over here. We're going to do that to there. Now, can they get there? I don't think they can. Nope. Okay, so we need to bring a path up. Bring it over here. And then we'll bring another stair here. So they'll come over here, and they'll get the dynamite set for that. And then we're going to set off a big explosion to dig this out. And we will be working on getting the bad water to flow this way. So we'll need another dam here as well. We'll go ahead and get that built. Maybe go too high here. And then we'll also need to come over this way. I think, actually we don't need that second layer there, because we're digging down here, and then the water will go that way. But we definitely want to block it from coming here, because I think we'll want to utilize this land at some point, or like ideally we would if we play that long. But look at that, you're stranded. Well, how are you okay, I see how you're stranded. We'll help you out, dude. Take that out and get a stair here. Make this a high priority. And then this the second high priority. We'll get a path here. Okay, everybody, get working. We've got a beaver to save. No, you weren't supposed to work on that yet. Okay, well, that'll be fine. They can get back there. You're no longer stranded. There you go. Way to go, dude. You made it out. Okay, so now We're just waiting for this to be ready. Here they come with the explosives. You know, I was just watching the water, and I think we might be getting a little bit low on water. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get a large water pump, because we can build that now. And we're going to put the large water pump over here in our big reservoir. And, no, let's put it here. It can go right in this space. Let's go ahead and we will get a nice platform here. And then we'll get a nice big water pump right there, connected by a path. And then we'll get a giant water storage here. Large water tank. Yep, we've got everything we can build, or everything we need to build that. And we'll get another little platform on this side so that we can put the water tank right there. Okay, so all of this construction is going to keep them busy. We're working over here right now. Is this dynamite ready? Not yet. Okay, and I slowed the game down so we can see this. We're going to have a nice big detonation. There we go. Look at that. It is digging a nice hole for us here. And how far did that go? That went beautifully. So what I want to do then is I'm going to get a triple floodgate queued up right here. And we'll actually put it right here. And once that's built, we want that to be at the highest level. And we've got a bad tide coming as well. But by the way, we want to get a path over here because we're going to need to get a little bit more dynamite there in a moment. So that will work. And we'll speed this back up. They're going to get that built relatively quickly because they can't get to this stuff anyway. And honestly, I'm a little tempted to rush this. Let's go ahead and mark this for detonation as well. Where is that triple dynamite? Those there. Can they reach those? No. Bummer. Okay, take this out. Get a stairway there. And mark that as a high priority. Because we don't have to have the floodgates in place. But we do have to get the dynamite in so we can get the water running that way. The floodgates will get built, but if we can get the water flowing, it's going to, we're going to need we need dynamite over here too. This one needs to be, that's double, I think. Those are too far as well. Let's go ahead and get a stair here. And we're going to mark these as high priority as well. Come on, guys, you can do this. Just one will be enough. Yeah, you know what? We're going to put that on regular priority because we can go ahead and detonate that. So that will have the water flow this way. That's going to fill up a little bit, but not a ton. Very good. And you know what? I'm tempted. Let's actually not have these here. We're going to put them on the other side because now this is going to allow a little bit more greenery over here so we can have just a better looking soil and stuff like that. But we do need the stuff here, which means this needs to be a high priority. That's the problem that we had. This can come back out, and this is no longer needed. One more day, and then we should get this in place. And then this is where the floodgate is going to have to go. So what we'll do, trying to figure out how we can get to the floodgate if we put it there. We put the triple floodgate here, like that. We're not going to easily get to the spot, but if we come here, actually, we could take this back out and then get a suspension bridge right there. That will allow all of that to get built. Now we have one more day. Can we get this detonation done? Please bring me the demolition. So high priority. Get the dynamite here. Otherwise, we're going to have all of the bad water go this way again. Which it might do anyway, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, some of the bad water will flow that way. Because we don't have a dam here. Yeah. We're going to need one here as well. For it to be fully effective. But this we can go ahead and detonate. That will bring more water this way, which Now we are not going to have any water flowing enough this direction. These are going to be too far. Let's go ahead and we'll get platform like that. They should be able to get to it then. And let's mark these as high priority. But alas, the bad water tide is coming. Let's go ahead and put this all the way up. So now the sad thing is this is going to kill all of the stuff we've got here because this is not set to a high priority. I want these to block that bad water if we can, but it's not going to get there. This is going to die. All of that's dead. Goodbye, berries. Goodbye, trees, which we weren't really going to use you anyway, but that's all right. This here we want to be all the way up. All right, so this is blocked now. So that will protect whatever is left over here. Like these berries, they're going to die. They're contaminated. So no matter what, they're just dead. They're done. So we've got this here to block the good water when we have good water, so that we don't have good water wasting away over this way. That'll be good. No pun intended there. And then we'll bring this path out this way, which will allow them to continue to build this way. And yeah, they're going to need a path down there. Man, that was a lot of stuff to lose. But it is what it is, and it'll be fine. What I want to do, actually, is come in here, and instead of the levees here, I am actually going to build a staircase, and then we're going to dynamite this. And then we will need a little bit of levee here, but that channel enough should get us there. So now we just need the explosives over this way, which how many explosives do we have? 195. We've got a ton of them. So yeah, that will get the water to flow over here and off the map once we build. So we're also going to need stairwell here. Take this one back out and instead bring it over like that. All right, the bad tide has ended. We can bring the water back through here, and just, although we've got a lot of bad tide needs to flow out of here. First of all, let's bring that down to 0. So all of this can flow out, including this. Ideally, let's lower this and get that out of here. I want to just flush it. Watch out, beavers. Okay, that's clear and clear. Let's bring this back down to 0.4. Get the water flowing again. Now this needs to be set to water, and then we're generating water pretty solidly again. This is about done. Let's go ahead and detonate. That gets the water flowing this way. That will flow in here and help flush that out as well. Not a ton of water here, but they can come down here and they can finish all of this. We're going to get another stairway and then go like that. Let's go ahead and mark this for deletion. All of these are gone. Let's get them out of our way. Anytime that we're building out here, it's not going to be a big... There's nothing to get to anyway, but now that those icons are going to stare at us. So this has the power flowing again. Very good. And in fact, none of this should have run out of power because we had, plenty stored in our battery. But out here, as soon as this levee is built, we will get to go back to some of the other stuff. And what I want to do, actually, what we need to do, well, we'll get to this side later, but first we're going to come in here and we're going to test this. That's what we'll do. We should just need the one more here. Okay, so now when we have water flowing, we're going to let this down. We're like a bad tide. We're going to go like this. And most of the water is going to go that way. It didn't all go, but a lot of it did. Bring this back up, and we just need to block the rest off. Actually, we need to dynamite some more over here. So what we'll do is we'll get a little bridge here and bring a path this, and then we can dynamite deep here, and we'll go all the way over here just to make sure that plenty can flow that way so that nothing is trying to come this. And that is all set over. getting all that stuff out of the way so we don't have to. And then over here, getting back over this way, we need to get over here. Very good. And we need to build some floodgates over here. Although I don't think we need floodgates, come to think of it. What we want is we want the water to flow this way. We want some water flowing that way, and we want some water flowing that way. And hopefully that will be enough, although I kind of want all of that. So what we'll start with is over here, we need to go up a little bit higher. This is already at the right height there. No, it has to go up to here. This is a big... We're going to bring this all the way like that. That'll be that side. And then we need to bring here. What we'll do is we'll put the floodgates where those ruins are. This comes all the way up like that. Oh, wow. Then we have to keep going this way, too. We'll go like that. So they will have plenty of work to do. And we need to get pathways to... That should allow them to get all of that built. We do need to have them remove some stuff here, so can take that out and that and that. That will be all that they need to remove from there. And then we actually can take out those. We don't have to build. Now we're back over here, and this is ready for demolition. So that'll fill up a little bit more there, and this bridge can come back out. This is flowing again just fine. It just filled up a little bit more. But now, what we should be able to do is test this again. I'm going to pause for a moment so I can do this manually here. If we go like that, that should change the flow of the water to that direction. Unfortunately, it is too much and it is flowing over there. So we need to get that adjusted a little bit more. Switch it back. This is going to have to be up higher still. So we have to build this up. And we can do that like this. And eventually, we're going to want that to come this way too. But for now, we'll just kind of queue this up. And that should be good enough there. But they're working over here now anyway. And I think that will be about all that we have time for in this episode of the Long Play series. If you've enjoyed this format, be sure to leave a comment to let me know that you want to see more. And otherwise, keep watching. Subscribe and keep watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.